Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Yarns with Marns. This is episode 3. Today it's going to be a bit of a Q&A podcast. So I put on my Instagram and Facebook one of those question boards for people to ask me a question, and I said I'll answer all questions on the next podcast. So I'm going to answer all the questions, every single question. There's some serious ones in there, some not so serious ones, so hopefully we can get in depth about stuff. But I enjoy listening to Q&As myself because it gives you a bit of an insight into people, and if you're curious about anything and you want to ask a question, then like you get to hear it firsthand from that person. So I guess some people are curious about some things that they've asked me, but I'm going to answer the questions best of my ability. And I just really want to say thank you to everyone that asked me a question. It's easy to skip the stories and just slide past and not want to DM me some questions. So I really appreciate everyone that does take time to do it, because really I couldn't do this podcast without you. Like, there wouldn't be enough content and questions, but turns out we got quite a few questions to get through, so I think we'll just jump straight in. There's no particular order. I just wrote them all down randomly on this notepad. We'll start with the first one. So the first one is from Michelle, and she said, Michelle from Melon, and she said, what advice do you have for young people in social media use? I think social media is a great tool. Like, if you think about it, how we can stay connected, and during like this pandemic, like we can stay connected with our family. There's like Facebook video calls, and like you get to post what you're up to. I think it's like a great time we're in, like a great era. But I also do believe in like social media detoxing and trying to surround yourself with positive content. Like I've got this, I'm trying to get into good habit and good routine at the moment. So I've been getting up early every morning this week and going to the gym, and get up about 6. And I try not to check. I'm not trying not to. I haven't checked social media till at least after 8 a.m. every morning this week. Just because, you don't want to wake up and immediately consume some negative content or read something negative on social media, and it might just put you in a bad mood and it ruins the vibe. So I do believe that it's good to have, a detox and a bit of time away from social media. Even if it's just for a weekend, you might want to, delete the app or something, or not go on your phone. But also, I believe social media is a great tool. It's a great tool to stay in touch with others, like build a personal brand. If you think about my Instagram or just my social media in general, I was never really active at all until just over a year ago I started posting, and now I try to post multiple times a day and have a bit of a social media presence. It's a good way to connect with people. I've met so many people that just through social media, and then we've become friends in real life and stuff. So I think it's a great tool, and for young people it's a great way to connect with others, network, get your name out there, and just like create new connections and learn lots of new skills. It's important to just follow positive people, positive influences, and just make sure you're surrounding yourself with like content that's going to bring you value, I guess. And that's what I try to do anyway. Like if I don't really vibe with content, I try maybe unfollow them or something like that. But I think it's a positive tool, but also I think it's useful to have like a detox or something every now and then. Biggest current inspirations. This was asked by my guy Malachi. I've got many inspirations, but the one I'm really vibing with at the moment, and I've been vibing with him for ages, but I've just been watching a lot of his content, always listen to his podcast pretty much every single day, and that's Gary Vaynerchuk. And I know Malachi, who asked this question, he likes Gary Vee too. Obviously my inspirations are like my hardworking mum and dad, providing for our family and stuff. And that, man, like they shouldn't even be in the discussion for inspirations. They should be in their own category. But like at the moment I've been watching a lot of Gary Vee, and he inspires me to do this stuff. He inspired me to start a podcast and stuff. So at the moment, my biggest current inspiration is probably Gary Vee. Another one, this might sound weird, but I've been inspiring myself lately. Like I've been doing some cool stuff, and like not defying the odds or whatever, but doing some things that maybe didn't seem possible. Like for example, my rehab on my ankle, I'm like smashing it and stuff. So it's real good. So I'm inspiring myself, but Gary Vee at the moment, big time. How are we supposed to talk to teenage boys? This question was asked by Olivia. Think I'm Cupid. Nah. I'll try to answer this best as possible. By the way, some of these questions I've just skimmed through, like, so I haven't really answered in advance. Like I've thought about some of them, but I kind of just want it to be like raw and like authentic. So how are we supposed to talk to teenage boys? I'm guessing this is a teenage girl trying to talk to a teenage boy. To be honest, like I'm thinking about, you made me think about a book I read, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and it talked about ways to it talked about when you're going for like a job interview or something. So I'll just use this example. When you're going for a job interview, a good way is to let the job interviewee or interviewer know what they're going to get from you. So you might go to the interview and say, by hiring me, you're going to get a hardworking, committed, good with time management, reliable worker or something. So you're going to tell them what they're going to get. Like, so out of this, you're going to get, 10 sales a day or something like that. So you're just telling them what's going to benefit them. So thinking about this one, maybe you can I'm not too sure. Maybe you should just shoot your shot. But I'm just thinking, maybe if you talk to a teenage boy, you could let them know what they're going to get from you. You might get, you might say, hey, blah, 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 by talking to me or something. You're going to talk to someone with a great sense of humor, funny, good style, easy to get along with. But maybe try sell yourself in that way. Let them know how they're going to benefit from talking to you. If that makes sense. I'm obviously not Cupid. I don't have all the relationship advice. I was 16 when I got together with my current girlfriend, and it's been 4 years now. So it's been a while since I've been in that game, I guess. But no, I guess just back yourself, shoot your shot. Message, you never know. They might. I was at the gym the other day. Some guy shot his shot to a girl next to me. But shoot your shot, I guess. Speaking of my girlfriend, she just asked the question. So yeah, I said there was going to be some not so serious ones. She said, "How much do you love your girlfriend?" I love her a lot. What's your religion? What's your religion, beliefs, faith, or outlook on life? And this was asked by Genesis. I'm not religious at all. I don't. I think is the word atheist, but I'm not against it at all. People, honestly, I feel if people do what they want to do, if you have your religious beliefs, that's fine. I'm not one to judge. My outlook on life or my faith is, I believe in karma. I don't know if that's really answering the question, but I believe in I kind of believe in the more so the spiritual world. So a lot of manifestation and stuff like that. I don't I actually believe a lot in Maori atua, not so much praying to God or Jesus, but praying to Maori atua and asking Papa Tuanuku and Rangi Nui and stuff like that. So that's kind of my thing, obviously being Maori. And my beliefs, I guess, good karma, bad karma. If you do good, if you do good, if you do bad, it's going to come back to you tenfold. I believe in that, all that kind of stuff. My outlook on life, I just believe gratitude is the attitude, positive mindset is going to give you a happy life. So I'm not religious. I went to a religious school, but I didn't really get into it too much. It wasn't me. I just wasn't hooked in. But that's kind of my outlook on life, is good karma and stuff like that. So yeah. At what point did you realize 2 cans of Red Bulls wasn't enough? This was asked by my cousin Courtney. This story, it was my brother's birthday, 2017, and we're having a few drinks with my brothers and my cousins and Kaya, my girlfriend, and I had some Jaeger, and I didn't really know. I was a rookie with the whole drinking thing, and there was 6 of us, and I got 2 little cans of Red Bulls for all of us for some Jaeger bombs. So that was that story. That was just a muck around question, I think. But still, at what point? Probably the point when I was walking out of BP and everyone was like, "Hey, 2's not enough." That was the point I realized 2 cans of Red Bulls wasn't enough. My brother went in after me, got some more Red Bulls. I didn't even think I was working then, so maybe I could only afford 2. Have you had any back injuries? And this is from Matua Kore Ratana, my guy. Any back injuries? Nah, just back tightness. I remember one time when I was playing for the Jets my first year out of school, I had this QL, quadratus lumborum, I think QL stands for. It's this part in your back. It was real tight. Honestly couldn't even move. I've had back spasms heaps. But and I don't know. I'm not a physio. I don't want to share lots of advice, and I'm not qualified. So, but what I've learned is like if you have back injuries, it maybe it's the root cause probably isn't your back. It might be your hips or your hamstrings. Like, to work on my mobility in my back, I stretch my hamstrings a lot. It might be your feet, like your might have flat feet or something, or the shoes you wear. Like, so a lot of back problems isn't actually to do with your back. It could be your hamstrings, tight hips. It all leads into it. So I haven't had back injuries, and hoping I don't, because it's important. I stretch my back every single day. I like doing the cat and cow to start my day. It's good to flex the spine. So, but yeah, that's my little advice on that. These next two questions are from Melon. So this is the Melon page. I'm doing an internship for Melon at the moment. So the first question is, are you growing your hair again? If you know me, a few months ago, I would have had long hair, but I cut it, I think it was back in July, June, and I cut my hair. I went actually straight number 3. If you watch my YouTube channel, you can check out the vlog where I cut it all off and I surprised Kaya by not telling her. And then obviously in the morning I had long hair, and in the afternoon when she got home I took off my hoodie and I had like a number 2 or 3 all over. Am I growing my hair again? On the top, yes, but not too long, not how it was. Probably have some fun. I always go through a phase where I'll grow my hair for ages and then I'll just cut it all off like bald, and then I'll grow it out a bit and then have some fun with short hair and kind of just experiment. You know, I just like to mix it up. Might get some more hair dye in there or something. But yeah, the next question from Melon is, how's your ankle? My ankle's real good. I had physio yesterday, and I don't know if I've told this story, but when I first went and saw my when I first done my ankle, so I sprained or partially tore some ligaments in the anterior ligament of your ankle. There's 3 main ligaments. And when I first saw the nurse, she said, "Oh, sorry, mate, it's looking like you're going to be out for about 6 months." I was in a moon boot, and I started physio, and I said to my physio, so the nurse said I'll be out for about 6 months. Is that true? And he kind of laughed, and he was like, "Wait, are you serious?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "No, this is probably about a 4 to 6 week rehab." I was like, "Oh, wait, sweet, sussed it." So that that made me feel real good. Only 4 to 6 weeks I had to rehab, and then it's been, so what's today? It's about 20 something of October today, Whiringa Nuku. And back in August 3rd was when I got injured, and then my physio was like, "Oh yeah, mate, so just go 1 more week, no contact, just keep training hard, and then after next week you can start scrimmaging and playing again." So not even long at all. Buzzy, because 6 months would have taken me to like February next year, which is missing out on some tournaments I wanted to play in. So that's good. I should be on the court in the next couple of weeks, just like taking it easy, easing into it. But yeah, the ankle's feeling good. Johnny Joyce, my guy Johnny Joyce, he just asked, "Bro, what happened in the 2014 Junior A final?" Painful memories. I got some stories to tell for this. So 2014, I was at St. Pat's Silverstream, and we played St. Pat's Town in the Junior A Premiership final. Still remember the exact date, August 27th. My family laugh, or they tell me to shut up, because I always bring it up, because I'm one of those guys that I like to remember some like past failures and losses and stuff to use as fuel to my fire. So August 27th, 8 p.m. was the tip-off. It was on Court 2, Te Rauparaha Arena. We lost the game 72-64. I'll plug myself. Team had 64 points. I had 43 of those. So it wasn't too bad, but I'll tell you a story. Oh yeah, so we lost obviously to Johnny Joyce, my guy that asked it. Got some good friends in that team actually. It was cool growing up in Wellington and playing reps and stuff, and I got close with a lot of the other boys from the other schools. So that's what happened in the 2014 Junior A final. But I'll tell you a quick story from there. So as I said, I like to remember all my losses and stuff. And so a couple of days after that final, I found a photo of the St. Pat's Town team on the court, and they were holding their trophy and they were all smiling and stuff. And I found that photo online, can't even remember where, and I emailed it to my cousin. I said, "Hey cuz, can you she had a printer at work, and I said, "Can you print this out, please? Print this photo out for me." So she printed out the photo of St. Pat's Town holding up their trophy and celebrating their win, and with big smiles on their face. And there's photos of us after the game, and I was crying because I really wanted to win that competition. And I had, I think, 47 in the semi, 43 in the final, and I just wanted to work hard and win. And so my cousin printed out that photo, and I hung it on my door in my room. And every time I go to the gym or go to work out or whatever, I look at that photo and remembered how much I love winning. So that was a quick story. Thank you, Johnny Joyce, for asking that question and rubbing it in. But I always bring it up, the anniversary every year, August 27th. But yeah, that's how I hung their team photo on my wall and used it as more fuel to the fire. And then yeah, when I went to Palmy Boys, kicked your ass. Do you believe health professionals trivialise the impact that injuries can have? Trivialise is like downplay something, or like not make it so bad, I think. And this question was from Junius. And Junius makes his own YouTube videos too on YouTube. So I went to Palmy Boys with Junius. So thank you for asking this question, brother. I'm not too sure. Like, to be honest, I haven't had I've been blessed. I've had a great physio and a great surgeon, like health professionals and stuff. I don't know. I am a fan of. No, I don't want to talk bad, but like my own doctor, I don't know if he's the best or whatever, but I don't know. I haven't had some good last few experiences with my own personal doctor, and I don't want to talk bad about that because I know all doctors aren't like that. But I think that a lot of doctors might not know like the mental side of injuries and stuff like that. So they might think of the physical side, do your rehab and stuff, but a lot of it is actually a mental grind, and I can vouch for that. Tearing my ACL on my left knee last year, a lot of the rehab was actually rehabbing my mind. Like, it was crazy. So I don't know if they downplay it. Like, that's a tough question. That's a good question. They don't so much downplay it, but I don't know if they're aware of I don't know if they trivialize it. I don't know if they're aware of the actual the mental effects it can have on someone. So hopefully I answered that question to the best of my ability. As I said, I haven't had a last few good experiences with my personal doctor, so I know every doctor's not the same. I'm more so of like a holistic kind of guy when it comes to doctors. I don't like someone saying go take some Panadol and stuff. I'd rather find a better way to do it, like through natural remedies, like, I don't know, water, and just like drinking alkaline water and stuff like that. Like, but yeah, I just go to my doctor and he'll say, like, the last few times, and he'll be like, okay, go take these pills and stuff. I'm not a fan of that. I wanna know how I can prevent it in the future and stuff too, not just pop Panadol. That maybe went a bit off topic, but that's a good question. This one's from my guy Noah. This is a real good question. He wrote, knowing you can be quite a confident guy in most aspects, but especially on basketball court, have you ever doubted your natural ability or natural talent? So that's from Noah. It's a great question, real good question. And have I ever? Yes, for sure. And if I think about it, like, a lot of the time, a lot of the self-doubt I've had on court and stuff is come from other stuff. So just thinking, like, say for example, if I'm getting no minutes, say if I'm in I sat on the bench all the way to the fourth quarter, and I'm sitting on the bench thinking, wait, why is my coach not putting me on? Am I not good enough? Do I not bring anything good to the team? And so all these thoughts play on my mind. So then when it's time to go in the fourth quarter, I've talked myself out of the game. I've doubted myself and thought, okay, wait, he's not putting me on because I'm not good enough. And then I start having those thoughts. So I've definitely have doubted my natural talent a lot of the time. I think I only started playing basketball in high school though, and I just worked extremely hard. And I did maybe have some natural talent playing other sports and stuff, but definitely doubted it. A lot of factors have played into it. Hearing people tell me I'm not good and don't deserve to make these teams, and I'm not good at this. And in year 13, I had an ugly jump shot, and I used to doubt myself. I was a good shooter in high school, but because I had an ugly shot, I used to think that I wasn't a good shooter because I didn't have a good looking shot. And so I doubted my shot. I used to get self-conscious to shoot in front of people. But yeah, definitely I have doubted my natural talent, and it's just come in factors like, not getting minutes. So then it makes me think, okay, I'm not good enough. That's why I'm not getting minutes. Start doubting myself, and then, but yeah, like, definitely have doubted myself, and I'm always a confident guy, but the setback with the injury, it's built my confidence back way more because I've had so much time off the game to work on my game, in the gym and on the court, and so I got a lot of confidence. And I never used to say affirmations when I was playing and stuff, and now I use positive affirmations, like I'm proud of myself, I believe in myself, stuff like that. So that helps a lot with my confidence nowadays. So I definitely think I'm much more confident right now than the last time I played basketball. So That's definitely a positive sign, and it's an awesome question. Next question: what's your experience with mental health? And this question's from Destiny. I don't know so much if this question means what are my own experiences with mental health, or what is my experience working in like the mental health field, working in the mental health field, or along those lines. My experience with mental health. Obviously, I had a season-ending injury last year. There was a lot of things that led up to it. In the space of a week and a half, there's a lot more to it. I was depressed last year. Was having suicidal thoughts. I was very anxious about what my life was going to turn out to be. Back in high school, I used to get anxiety real bad. Thought no one wanted me at school. Thought no one liked me. Thought my basketball coach didn't like me. So when I wasn't getting minutes, I thought, okay, yep, he doesn't like me. Think everyone was talking about me. If I heard people whispering, I'd sit over here and think, okay, there's people whispering over there about me. But last year more so was probably the worst. In the space of a week and a half, I went from getting no minutes on court for the basketball team I was playing for. I got sick for a whole week, and then I wasn't really enjoying my job so much. And then on my way to training one night, ran out of gas, ended up being an hour and a half late to training, and then the very next night ruptured my ACL on my left knee. And then the space of a week and a half, all these bad things happened, so led me to become depressed and stuff. So that's my experience with mental health. I think that's what you mean by that question. Or if you did mean it in what are my experiences working like in the mental health field, I'm working as a facilitator. Not even working, it's just a love, it's a passion. I'm a facilitator for Internal Strength. We run workshops for vulnerable youth, people maybe looking for some direction in life, resilience building, looking to get into employment, and just trying to instill some values and more values into them. Also doing an internship for Melon Health, online organization, like specializing in just well-being, spiritually, mentally, physically, socially. But yeah, that's kind of, and it's Mental Health Awareness Week too this week. So that's an awesome question, Destiny. Thank you. This question's from Latrell. Why did you change schools from St. Pat's to Palmy? I've always wanted to know. It's a real good question, and I don't know if too many people have asked it. I changed, in short, I changed just for a kind of a change of scene, and just to try in a bit of a challenge. So basketball-wise, I think it was an awesome change for me, because if you think about it, when I was at Silverstream, and not meaning to put anyone down or talk myself up too much, but I was like the go-to guy at Silverstream. I was like, I was like the, okay, I don't want to say this in a different way, but I was like the, I don't know, not the star of the team, I guess. I'll just say that, star of the teim. And so going to Palmy Boys, where 8 of the 12 players have either played for New Zealand or trialled for New Zealand, like I obviously had to play against and train against every single training against some of the best players in the country, people that have played for the Junior All Blacks, people that have played representative basketball, made tournament teams, and both coaches have got so much experience with the All Blacks and around the world playing professionally. So it was just going to be an awesome environment to level up my game, and think about every single training 3 times a week with some of the best players in the country. So that was going to really help with my game. And it was awesome at Silverstream, obviously the awesome facilities, just like having like the $10 million gym there. But I think it was a big step for me to go up to Palmy and train. And I live with my brother in Linton. He was in the army, and his fiance, and so it was just a good change of scene. Good to get away from Wellington. Lived in Wellington all my life, and so I moved away obviously when I was 17. So it was good to just have a bit of a change, challenge myself. I guess it was a bonus that my girlfriend lived in Palmy too. Everyone thinks I moved for her. It definitely wasn't the case. It was just a bonus that she was there. And school-wise, it was an awesome school. Like, it was huge. When I went to Silverstream, there was, I think, 750 people there. I went to Palmy Boys, and I remember it was huge. Like, I think there was like 1,600 students there, so double Silverstream. And that was probably the only, or not the only, but something like at Silverstream, everyone kind of knows each other. The real good brotherhood there, like everyone gets along pretty much. And then at Palmy Boys, it's so big and spread out and stuff. So a lot of people just have their own little clique. So I just had my clique, like the basketball boys and a few of the other rugby boys I hung out with and stuff. My guys in Palmy. So made some awesome friends in Palmy. It was a good move. In short, really just for a change of scene and a new challenge. Get away from Wellington. challenge myself. My first year at Palmy, and it was the first year I played for New Zealand, so I guess it was a good move because that probably helped with my development. And then I got to play in the NBL 2 years out of school in Palmy, so I think it was a good move. Obviously, I know this one's going on for a while, but the year before, Palmy boys came second in the basketball nationals, and I was at that game, and I got to see it, and I just thought, man, I want to help these guys next year, hopefully win a national title. And so, yeah, the basketball side of it, that was awesome. We didn't win the national title, but I think there was a lot of blessings in disguise, playing for New Zealand, meeting lots of cool friends, playing under some great coaches with lots of experience, and learning from some teammates, playing with 7 other people that have trialed or played for New Zealand. So I think it was awesome. I got lots of positive things out of it. So yeah, it's a good question. Is it true that you could fit the London Bridge between your front teeth when you were young? That's very true. That's from my older brother Nicky. He's talking shit. I used to have a big he's not talking shit, but he's talking shit. I got used to have a big gap in between my 2 front teeth. And there's photos and stuff, and everyone used to say like, whoa, you can fit the London Bridge between those 2 teeth. Like, those teeth are huge. That gap's huge. My line, you can steal this if you want, but don't. Credit me if you do. People have a big gap in their teeth. I always say, oh shit, do you floss your teeth with mattress? Floss your teeth with a mattress. So that's my line. But yeah, it is true. I used to fit the London Bridge. This question's from Kenneth. What's your favourite memory of us, brother? This is my guy Kenneth from Silverstream. 2 years older than me. He was the head boy at Silverstream when I was year 11. So this is my guy. Favourite memory? I don't know. We worked out a bit. Bro, we've got too many good memories. I'm gutted we didn't catch up properly in Auckland. But probably a lot of people used to say we looked the same. And one nationals we went and watched. I think it was semi-finals. We wore the exact same clothes just so we could like look the same even more. And then I think people were like getting confused or whatever. Actually, I remember that one game at nationals when I was year 10 and I played with you guys, and you shot the lights out. I don't know, you made heaps of threes, and after the game in the handshake, I was only year 10 playing with the seniors, so I didn't get much game time, and I don't think I scored. And then the coach afterward was like, yeah, great shooting, man, to me in the handshakes, and I was thinking, man, I barely even played. So he must have thought we looked the same, and he was crediting me for the hot shooting, but it was actually you. So that's a good memory I remember. And yeah, that time we dressed up in the same clothes just to confuse people. What was your initial reaction to making New Zealand's 3-on-3 team a few years back? And this question's from Daniel. Daniel's my guy I met the other day at St. Pat's Silverstream. So thanks, Daniel, for the question. My initial reaction was mixed emotions, really. I was excited. It was going to be my first time playing for New Zealand. But the day it got announced was the day we got back from the Under-19 national tournament. For just 5-on-5 tournament, normal basketball, not normal, but you know, and so it was kind of mixed emotions because I had a real bad tournament, and I was thinking, and the coach was there, Corbs, he was at that tournament coaching, and I was like, man, I had a bad tournament. I probably ruined my chances of making the NZ team, and so I thought I trialed real good. Like my shooting was on that year, in year 13, and so. My shooting was on, I had some good trials, but the tournament I played bad, and so I was like, I was a bit down. We came 3rd at that tournament, and I didn't get any minutes because, I wasn't playing very, very well. And then so I thought my chances were probably slim. We got home that night, seen the email that I made the team, and the tournament was in a couple of weeks, and I was like, man, I was stoked, and I was like, that's dope. And then when I seen who else made the team, and then it was mixed emotions too, because I was gutted because a couple of my closest mates, they missed out on the team. They trialed too. And they didn't make it, and I made it. So it was mixed because I was excited for myself, but real gutted for them because I would have loved to experience that with them. But that was awesome, man. I was wrapped. My family were wrapped, and I still tell everyone my week in China for the 3-on-3 World Cup still one of the best couple weeks of my life. Like first time I felt proper famous. Everyone asking for photos and autographs, but that was cool. So mixed emotions at the start. I was excited, real excited for myself. Obviously, my first time even trialing for New Zealand and to make the team, but also a bit gutted for people that missed out. And it was just mixed because I wasn't sure if I was going to make it or not because of the bad tournament I had just the week before. Also, it was mixed emotions too because I got this guilty feeling about money. And the tournament was in 3 weeks, and it was like, and if you know in New Zealand you have to pay for yourself to go on trips and stuff. And so I had this guilty feeling because I was like, damn, my parents have to pay this money and my brother contributed too, and I was like, I got a real guilty feeling about using people's money. So I was excited, and that's why I can't wait to kickstart this pro career so I can pay everyone back. But just on that real quick, yeah, when we went to China for the 3-on-3 World Cup, I think we were the only team that had to pay for ourselves to go. We were talking to the other teams, and they were saying, yeah, our association or our country pays for us to come to these tournaments, and we're saying, damn, we had to pay a few thousand each to come and stuff. So yeah. Is cereal soup? This question's from Max, my guy from Silverstream as well. I guess so. If you look at what soup is and what cereal is, I guess they fit the same I don't know, bracket or whatever you call it. So I guess cereal is soup. Thoughts on bullying and people doing it. This is a good question. I thought a little bit about this when I was writing it down in this pad. I thought about it while I was writing it. To be honest, I feel empathy, sympathy, and I feel sorry for both parties. I feel sorry for people that get bullied, obviously, because it's just a shit thing to happen to you. But I actually feel kind of sorry for bullies. Like, if you think about it, Gary Vee always says, people say, Gary Vee, how do you deal with haters? And he says, I deal with haters by feeling sorry for them. And they say, what? Like, why? And then he said, because if you think about it, to hate on someone that's doing well and to try to destroy someone's dreams, someone must be in a rough place themselves. And I think the same with bullying. If someone's going to bully, they must be insecure about themselves, and they want to project things onto you, and they might be, like they might have been bullied, and now the bully's trying to bully. And so I feel sorry for someone like that. Like, you must be in a rough place if you're bullying someone. So I like some advice would maybe, if you feel yourself being like a bully or something, like try to get some help, or try to look deeper. Like, why are you doing that? Maybe you got bullied when you were younger and you're sick of it. So that's okay. Like, I actually genuinely feel sorry for bullies, because you can't be in a positive place mentally to bully someone. So I've never been a victim of bullying, so I can't speak on it like from that thing. I don't think I've ever been a bully. I was a bit of a joker at high school and stuff, so I don't know if people count that. Some people might have counted that as bullying, but I don't think I've ever seen myself as a bully. But yeah, I feel sorry for both parties. Being bullied sucks shit, and to be a bully, you must be in a rough place. So that's my thoughts on that. What's been your biggest goal for this year? Honestly, I can't read my handwriting on this one. I think it's Arshay who asked this question. My biggest goal this year, probably just to be happy, really. Like, last year was a big test mentally, a lot of unhappy times, but another goal this year was to like make a full recovery for my knee. Obviously, I had surgery last September, and it's September now, and to make a full recovery for my knee, and set to do that on October 13th, do my return to sport test for my knee, and that'll be the all said and done for my rehab and stuff. So really just to be happy and healthy. That's like the two biggest goals for me this year, was to be happy and healthy. And I think so far I've achieved like those two, like a lot of it beyond. And don't get me wrong, a lot of times I might have been unhealthy, and a lot of times been unhappy, but a lot of the times compared to last year, and I just feel like my life keeps getting better. And no doubt there's going to be so many setbacks, and I know that they're coming. I'm not thinking, damn, okay, life's all uphill from now. I know that there's going to be a lot more unhappy times and stuff, but this year I just really wanted to find happiness, do what makes me happy, which is this stuff, and as well as other things as well. But happiness and health was probably my biggest goals for this year. A couple more questions. How do you consistently lose to a 15-year-old in 3-point and how do you consistently lose to a 15-year-old in 3-point contest and bowling? This is from Tomasi from Silverstream. 1, you're 16. 2, never ever lost to you in 3-point comp, and 3, you're not even good at bowling. So that's your answer, Masi. I think this is one of the last questions. Real good question. This is from Arshay again. Arshay's my guy. I never even met him physically, but he always supports all my stuff online. So I appreciate you, brother. And thanks for asking this question. And I think it's going to be a good question to end. If you could give one piece of advice to anyone, what would it be? My piece of advice would be to be in charge of your own life. Like, don't live your life for others. Don't do things that others want you to do. Do what makes you happy. And don't chase. So this all kind of ties in. It's a few pieces of advice. It all kind of ties into the same, but don't chase money or external things. Like, try find internal happiness and like, just do you. Like, don't not do things because what people say, and don't do things because what others say. Just do what you want to do. Obviously, people are going to give you some good advice, and you can listen to that. But at the end of the day, you know what you want for your life. And so my piece of advice would just be to be in charge of your own life. Do what makes you happy as much as you can. Don't take life too serious sometimes as well. Like, have some fun, kick back. I know that might be tough sometimes. I used to be super serious. I've always been a little bit of a joker, but another big one for me too, and this advice is probably what I needed too, is to not overvalue people's opinions of you and like on stuff you're doing. So that's what I've done a lot of, is overvaluing other people's opinions on my life, which is crazy, because why do other people's opinions affect my life? And so people projecting their stuff onto me. So piece of advice would just be to back yourself, love yourself, self-love, embrace it all, and just do what makes you happy. Be the captain of your ship, and don't overvalue don't focus too much on other people's opinions on you. So hopefully I answered that question, and hopefully I answered all these questions. Actually, DJ, he asked a question. It's just a muck around one on Facebook. My guy DJ from Hawke's Bay, he said, how do you stay humble? I think that was the question. How do you stay humble? Humbleness is it's a good thing, but there's like a fine line, I think, between like being humble and then being confident and stuff. And I believe I'm a big like advocate or whatever for self-love and being your own biggest fan. So sometimes I might I really hate it when people talk good about themselves, like in a good way, and then people say, oh, stop being bots, or you're up yourself, or you're cocky and stuff like that. Like, I reckon that has a big thing to do with why people's mental health's affected a lot. I reckon is because people like, they feel, okay, I can't even talk good about myself without people running me down, so never mind, I won't do it anymore and stuff like that, and it all affects them. So that was a muck around question, and that was kind of like a good answer, I reckon, like in-depth answer. So be humble, but also love yourself, back yourself, be confident as well. And so yeah, that's every question. There was a lot of questions. I'm just looking now, it's like nearly a 40-minute podcast. So hopefully there's a lot of value in here. Hopefully I answered every question as best as I can. I think I might nearly make this a weekly thing. Ice, who I follow from YKTR, he does weekly Q&A podcasts, and this is honestly some of my favorite content to listen to, because you're getting really straight, like, to the point, and you get to ask what you're curious about. And so if you have any more questions to me, even if you fire them to me now, and I'll screenshot them and save them for the next podcast. But really hope I could answer these questions to the best of my ability. And yeah, so this is the third episode. So I really appreciate people engaging in my content. One way you can help out this podcast by growing is just maybe sharing it to your story, sharing some of the content to your story, tagging me in your post. Maybe you put up a post, and I just really appreciate all the help and support I'm getting with this podcast and all my content I put out as well. Really appreciate it heaps, and thank you for tuning in to the third episode of Yarns with Marns. Hope you enjoy this cover art. If you're watching the video, share it around, suggest it to someone, leave a positive comment or a review down below, and just really hope you even just got one thing out of this podcast, and they'll mean the world to me and help me know that I'm sharing a positive message. So once again, thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of Yarns with Marns, the Q&A. Thank you for asking the questions, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace and love. Let's go.